Hello and welcome to another review of Opus 27 Journey of Discovery for the Final Fantasy TCG. I am happy to announce that, as I mentioned, the grid format that we're using for reviewing is meant to be used with friends, and I am actually joined by a friend here today, Pat Liu. Pat, how you doing today?
Hey, Daniel, I'm good. How are you? Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me to do this.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. I thought, for water lightning specifically, I would be amiss if I don't have the resident New Jersey water lightning expert. I think you've been playing this deck for 2 years in a row and playing nothing else. So I think you would be the best person to evaluate this card, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on some of the new cards.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, another little recap. So you'll see that we have the little circle that I've been moving in the other videos to see where in the grid the cards fit. Now we have a P there as well for Pat, the E for myself, and I'm excited to do this because we can compare how each of us sees the cards, how similar we see them, how different we do, and then see which one of us was right or closer to reality later, right?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So if you want, I'll jump right into it. We're gonna start with this will be a lightning and water review. So these are the only two elements that we have left. One more video after this will cover the multi-element forwards, and we'll cover the light and dark as well as the starter deck cards. So we're starting off with lightning. I'll kick it off, and then we can alternate if you want reading, so I don't have to read everything. So I'll start off with one of the. Okay, I started off with a good one. This is Arden, 7 drop EX forward, 9,000 power, category 15 job chief minister. For an EX burst, when a forward opponent controls is put into the break zone from the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a lightning card, add it to your hand. When Arden enters the field, choose one forward, break it. This is the for me. This is the every set I have a copium that mono lightning is going to make a comeback, and this is the card that gives me that copium. Once again, everything about it reads so well. It kind of is limited to a mono lightning deck if you want to get full value out of it. But again, just straight up break seems so good. I don't know. I always say that mono lightning. This is the set, but I'm always wrong. What do you think? Do you think I'm coping or what's going on?
I think yeah, it's definitely a great tool for mono lightning. It is a little expensive. I wish the EX burst was flipped and
Of
that
course.
it was I wish it was EX break a forward. But drawing for your EX Odins is great. Drawing for basically anything that mono lightning is ever doing um is awesome. I guess yeah, the one downside is that it is pretty niche. I guess it's not niche in terms of the deck itself because like mono lightning is very buildable, but it's just niche I guess within the current meta. It's hard to say exactly where it's that would fit. And if that's enough, like this with the Zande from a few
Yeah.
sets ago, some of like the lightning monsters and stuff. A lot of ways to take mono lightning. So I'm gonna drop it my circle. Wait, I'm gonna put it. I'm trying to drag it like somewhere here. I think
You're around there. I'd
maybe a little to
say
the right.
I think it's like super niche. Uh, I'll put it around here. I think if Mono Lightning exists, this will be a card. I think there's a real possibility, like you said, with Zandy, this would be like insane. But it also like it gives us draw, but like I feel like what Mono Lightning is missing is something else to do other than kill your things, right? If you don't have anything to kill, my deck doesn't do anything. So we'll see.
Yeah, there are. I mean, there are some other cards in this set too that we'll talk about later that can sort of reach that explosive power. Um,
Absolutely. Do you want to read
yeah,
the next one, Adele?
yeah. I'll do the next one. So Adele is a Category 8 Job Witch. When Adele enters the field, you can remove one Job Witch in your break zone from the game. When you do so, Adele gains 1k power, and it can't be chosen by opponent's abilities of characters cost 4 or less. And also, when Adele attacks, choose a forward opponent controls and break it. And it is an 8k.
What are you feeling?
I think it's a solid limited card. That I don't understand the reasoning to limit the protection from 4 or less.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty like with the power creep in this game. I feel like just giving it pure. protection from abilities is sort of on rate
I
at this
agree.
point. Yeah,
I agree. Especially because she only removes like job witches, right? She doesn't remove like category 8 cards or anything. So you specifically need a witch.
right.
Yeah, yeah. I I wanted her to be good. I really did. I was kind of hoping for it, but then I think at the beginning when I read it the first time, I didn't notice that it was 4 or less. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, it's so bad. So I don't know. I think it's hyper niche because again, witches, like, what the heck are you removing, right? The very first one you draw, it's really bad if you haven't drawn any
Yeah,
other witches, right? So
yeah,
unfortunately for me, it goes really close to the Kai's corner here.
yeah. It really needs like haste or something, some sort of
Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely niche. I'm gonna put it like here.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Fair enough. There's other witches. You're right.
Yep.
All right. Let me moving on to the next one. Idia. This I like this. I think I'm higher on this card than a lot of people. But so 5-drop witch category 8. When she enters the field, you may search for one category 8 character of cost 2 or less and play it onto the field. At the end of each of your turns, if you control 4 more Category 8 characters, draw 1 card. This is actually the first legend that we're seeing for Lightning. I really like this card. I know the other idea, the other Lightning idea is fantastic. And very likely you're running that, but I think there's a world where we run both, especially if we're in dual color. This searches like so many of the backups that you want to be playing, and I talked about it on the ice video, like the alone and stuff like that. This card just like gets that out of the way and then just starts drawing you cards, and if they kill it, then who cares? You just play her again or play like the better idea afterwards. What do you think about my girl here?
So I think this day is better in the early game, right? When you're setting up.
Yeah,
Is the first backup off of this always the Sid Kramer?
it could be. I think it's whatever you're missing, right?
Yeah, but because Sid Kramer gets you everything.
Yeah,
Um,
Sid Kramer gives you everything. But
yeah,
if you're planning like a good alone turn, right, the one that you give like your
mhm,
hasty forward 2,000 power and draw an attack, maybe you search that, right? I don't.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. Like the point is like she does get you a backup, and she also gets you Squall, which is like the best thing you can be doing in 8 if you're on Ice Lightning as
mhm,
well. So it draws you a card and then other cards that we'll see later. So I don't know.
yeah,
I'm a little
yeah. It's hard to see where she lands. I guess yeah, definitely bad name.
a horrible name.
um, I just wish they had like an S. There's one of them has an S, so you can
I agree. I
more
agree.
justify it.
I agree.
Um, and it's also funny seeing this compared to the 14 version of this card. Um,
Yeah, which we'll see
th-
later too.
yeah, that we'll see later.
I
So let me.
I actually don't consider her that niche because there's a world where if we're doing like mono lightning ramp, there's like a couple of lightning backups that she can get. So she kind of like gets you the backup, potentially draws you a card, and the mono lightning idea actually does have an S, like the Opus One, I think it was Opus Two, 6-drop.
Oh, I
Uh,
gotta look that up.
no, I have it on the. I'm gonna put it on the screen now, but it's one of my favorite cards of all time.
Oh,
But
this one. Yeah,
yeah, 6 CP EX burst when she enters the field, she's one forward with cost inferior equal to the number of lightning backups, and that has a an S. So
yeah,
maybe again, I'm coping. It's mono lightning. I'm always gonna cope with it. So
yeah,
yeah. All right. Next one. I want to read. Or I hate this card. So you can read it.
yeah. It's a 5 CP Kane, category 4 and DFF Job Dragoon. If you have cast a Job Dragoon or card named Dragoon this turn, the cost required to cast Kane is reduced by 3, and then you can pay 1 lightning to give it haste and first strike until end of turn. And he's a 9K.
Cool. There's a standard unit that's better than this.
Yeah, not much really to say about this. Like, it, it's hard to justify the name Kane also on top of like the
Yes.
slots in the Dragoon deck
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
this.
It's because the LB Kane is so good, right? Like you
Yeah,
always want space for the LB Kane to be able to get your Freya's back and all that stuff. Um, and I think I like that. I think this is horrible. The art is bad. The everything
Yeah.
about this card is a miss, honestly. So, all right.
Yeah.
Moving on to Machinist. This is the 1 CP cycle backup. We have a 1 CP standard unit, category 14. If you cast Machinist, you may pay 3 and fire as an extra cost. When Machinist enters the field, choose 1 forward if you paid the extra cost. Deal 8,000 damage. Again, I'm going to always put it a little higher because it's a 1-drop backup. It's okay. It's category 14, which matters. This combination in particular is not the best, and it's kind of like doing more of the same. Like if you're on fire lightning, the one thing you're not missing is removal. So I'm not like super excited for this one.
I agree. I really like this cycle as a whole. I think
Yeah.
this might be one of the weaker ones,
Yep.
if not the weakest one of the cycle. But it's cool that they did this, and I'm looking forward to more cards in this similar design space.
Yeah.
I didn't catch what you discussed about the other ones in the cycle, but I think they're cool. They fit into a variety of decks, so I'm gonna put them broad. This one just happens to be, yeah, like you said, fire and lightning doesn't isn't wanting for ways to kill stuff, and
Right.
just the direct 8K isn't doing much in the deck.
I agree.
Um, so I'm gonna put it here, actually.
Okay. Let me move this. I'm actually like, whoops, uncentered my screen for a second there. All right. You can. Oh, wait, who's the next one? I think you can do that one. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, I'll do this one. This is a 2 CP backup Kilma, category FFBE, job Kingdom of Elmont Soldier. And it has an activate ability to pay 1 lightning and tap sack, choose a forward and break it. Then you remove the top 2 cards of your deck for each of the cost for the forward that you just broke. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
it's an unconditional break on a backup. Similar to, like, I guess for lightning, what you're trying to do is just clear out any blockers out of the way
Right.
to go in for your final strike, right? So it plays a similar role to like the Kuja, the 2-mana Kuja that dulls a forward.
Yep.
But this one you have to pay a mana for it, and it gets rid of the character like permanently.
Yep.
The cost of exiling cards from the top of your deck, you don't really care about that because you're gonna win the turn you activate this,
Yep.
right? So I think it's cool. It's just another tool for lightning to get through for damage. And yeah, I'm gonna put it here.
Yeah. I agree with everything you say. I think I actually think she's like extremely broad. I think everything lightning can play her. But so I always make the joke that lightning's backups when they're paired up with anything else, the only good backup is like it's the same backup. It's always Reeve, it's always Kuja, it's always Emperor Gestal. And that's it, because every other lightning backup you're like, I don't want to play this. This is one that I could consider because like it's just unconditional break. And exactly like you said, I don't care about the cost if I'm winning that turn, and it's just a 2 CP backup. They're almost never bad, right? So yeah. I'll
Does anything search for this?
I don't think so. I think that's one. You know what? That I'm gonna put it a little just because you said that, because it's unsearchable. I'm gonna put it right here. But to be fair, so is Kuja and this guy and Empire State. It's just like
Right. Yeah.
they're named backups, so you kind of want to run one-offs so as not to clunk your hand. And this is one that I don't hate to see it in my opening hand, right?
Yeah.
All right, this one I will read, but you're the one who's going to talk about this card the most, I think. So we have one of our heroics, Gilgamesh 5 CP, Job Warrior, category Sopfo. Yeah, very important. That's my homies from Sopfo. The Job Warrior forwards and card name Warrior forwards you control, including himself, gain Brave and can attack twice in the same turn. When Gilgamesh enters the field, choose up to 2 forwards, dull them. Then an S, Missile Barrage. Choose 1 forward, break it. Gilgamesh gains haste until the end of turn, and he's 9,000 power. That's a lot of text. What do you think?
So it's funny because when I first saw this card, I thought he was the legend, and then I was like, wait, he's only a hero. Like, he reads like a legend with the amount of text he has.
Yeah, I agree.
this card is really cool. I like him a lot. It gives like either warrior decks or lightning decks that like explosive power to just like burst for the win out of nowhere.
Yep.
Um, they're really pushing like colors. I mean, they're really pushing warriors outside of like the traditional like red blue
Yep.
shell, which is cool. He doesn't really fit, I think, in the existing red blue deck, but maybe like a fire lightning warrior deck. There's a lot of cards that are good that are also just randomly warriors.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Right.
the Gav is a warrior.
Yep.
Liud is a warrior. There's a lot of like synergies that they've been trying to push,
I
and
agree.
he can make a board go from like 2 or 3 damage into suddenly like attacking for the win in one turn.
Yep.
Um, removing 3 blockers is amazing, right? Because you're
Yep.
dulling 2 of them and then you're breaking one of them. There's a lot of good other Gilgameshes to use for the S. My favorite being the one that's category 8 that can kill something if you exile cards from your break zone.
Yep.
And
Also attacks twice.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then it attacks twice on damage 3. Yeah, uh, this attacks twice no matter what.
Yeah.
The awkward part is giving it haste, but important to note, you can also target your own guy for this.
Yes. Very
So
important.
if you have like an existing warrior out on the field, attack with that warrior twice first, and then if your opponent doesn't have anything on the field, you S your own warrior that attack twice, and then Gilgamesh can go in
Yep.
twice also, which is really good. Even better when you kill your own lightning, and then
Yes.
you play her again from your graveyard, and can do it again.
Yeah. That
It's
lightning play's insane. Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to although like the colors for lightning don't really fit, I guess, the rest of the warrior deck, but you know me, I'm gonna try to make it work.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree.
yeah,
I think it's. I would put it here. I actually like, even though it reads like it should be like a narrow card because warrior. I think there's enough like just himself giving himself that ability, and then like one other warrior. That's all you need, right? Like, it's not like you need to make
yeah,
a dedicated warrior deck.
yeah,
And we talked about stuff like Gaff being a warrior, random like the 6 CP Cloud is a warrior, I think, too. Like, there's some
yeah, yep,
random lightning cards that somehow are warriors. Oh, and I think we're remiss not to consider Enkidu as well, who is a warrior
Kiryu
and he
is a
plays for
warrior
free.
also.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and
Uh,
he's also in the same color as Cloud.
yeah, yeah. There's stuff to explore. I think people are too laser focused on how can I Tyvus this. I think this is a whole different deck that you need to explore. So
Yeah, I think the first line of text is it's not necessarily a trap, but it's like it makes you think, oh, it has to be in a warrior deck, but he's
I
good
think so.
on his own.
Yeah,
Similar to he's sort of like a similar bomb to the Barnabas Odin package,
yeah,
in that you pay a bunch of mana to remove something and then attack twice out
yep,
of nowhere
yep,
and potentially more.
yeah,
And Gilgamesh sort of represents that same slot,
yeah.
except he's not dark.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
yeah,
And just but you do need 2 copies of him to have like the effect. Yeah,
right.
I get you.
Yeah, but then there's the off chance that if you have a warrior on the field already, he already represents potentially lethal.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah,
scary. It's a scary card. All right.
yeah.
This is. Do I get? Oh, you get to read this amazing card.
All right. It's a 4 CP Coral monster, category Theater Rhythm, job Coral. When Coral enters the field, choose a forward of cost 2 or less and break it. And it has a pay 1 lightning, tap sack, choose a forward of 4 or less and break it.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you
I mean, just because it
right
costs
there.
4 and not 5, it's better than the other options. Cost 2 or less is insane on an entry. It's just, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm hoping that this is some big brain thing with like um expensive monsters that they're gonna show us later, because these would not have seen play like in Opus 4 or 5. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have the standard unit of the cycle of for Lightning Gladiator, 3 CP, 7K standard unit, category 5. When he enters the field or they enter the field, choose one forward or cost 1. Break it. When Gladiator enters the field, choose one forward or cost 2 or less. If you control a multi-element forward, break it. This kind of sucks, honestly. Like it's
Yeah,
yeah. There's nothing of one that we're. Some of the others are okay. I think this is yeah. Since it requires a multi-element, yeah, this card's bad.
yeah, and
Yeah,
especially in the land of this era of LBs, where very few things, like a lot of things you're trying to get rid of, are gonna have like that +2 mana surcharge,
yeah,
right? Like very few things are cost 1 or 2 at
yeah,
this point.
yeah.
Best thing you're gonna hit is like a Furion.
Yeah, or like a one drop
Um,
Leo or something, right? Like in Mono
yeah,
Earth, but it's like
yeah, but by the
not
time it
worth.
gets to your turn, the Leo already did his job,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
The Warrior of Light is already there. The Tita's already screwed you over. Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
It's
you
a
just
bad card.
bounced the multi element that you needed to get the 2 drop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the next one?
Oh, all right. I'll read this one. It's a 5 CP Koana, category 14, Job Prince. When Koana enters the field, you may search for one category 14 character of 2 or less and play it onto the field. Then it has a 1 CP tap, choose a forward, and dull it. And he's at 7K.
I like it.
Um, yeah, I like it more than Adea.
Absolutely. I mean,
And
14 is
yeah,
way more relevant. There's so many standard units that are 14. You don't just
yep,
because of that, he's not like even niche. Like you take a look at all the category 14 backups that there are. It's like in every element. So
yeah.
yeah, straight up
And
searching
then
and the actionability dull just because yeah, sure.
yeah, and he's a prince,
And he's a
so you
prince,
can
yeah.
like every. It's similar to Lena in that like every single word on his this card is relevant
Yeah.
somehow, which is cool. Uh, the one thing I guess like using him as the backup engine for like getting the new Urianger that we'll talk about
Yeah.
later, um, is good. That's like CP positive, I think.
Very
Um,
close to if not, yeah.
yeah, and it's cool. I guess the scary thing is that I'm audible.
Yeah.
um,
But so is like a lot of things. I
so
don't
is
know.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like Dice to Doomblade at this point.
I know. Oh, I was just saying that because like I'm trying him in my deck right now, and before my backup line wasn't really audible
Mhm.
or moggable, but with him it is. So
Oh,
that's why
fair.
like it's like a new scary thing for me.
Fair, fair, fair.
But I'm trying him out. I've been liking him. Um, yeah, like even that activated ability is like relevant for the
Hyper
deck,
relevant, I
right?
agree.
So I like him a lot. I'm gonna put him sort of here. You do have to build a little bit around. Actually, I think he's a little more broad because you could just have like a couple targets for him and call
That's
it a day.
true. That's true. I do think some decks you kind of like have to really reach a
I'm gonna
little
go with
bit,
you.
but yeah. All right.
Final answer.
Final answer. All right. Excellent.
Yeah,
All right. Next card, Cipher, which I hate that it looks so blurry.
yeah.
I was like, is this my monitor? No, it's just the
I
card.
I didn't notice it until I saw the card in pre-release, and I
Yeah.
was like, wait. Yeah,
Whether the printers run out of ink? No, no, no. I guess it's a style choice or something. I don't know. So 2 CP forward, seed candidate category 8. When Cypher enters the field, select one of the two following actions. Choose one forward to cost 2 or less, break it. Or choose one forward to cost 5 or less. If you control a job, which forward, break it. I think, and an S that's like, choose one forward, break it for 1, 2 lightnings, and a copy of him. I think this is the reason why that idea is actually not that bad, because that idea can be a backup ramp, or it can be I just kill a thing and get 2 forwards. I think I like this card a lot, actually. I think you had a couple of copies in pre-release, and I had to respect this guy.
yeah. I had 4 copies of him in my
Okay.
pool, and then I had Adea and Ultimecia, so
Oh
that worked out pretty well for me. Even though I lost to you, but
no, no, my deck was cracked though. I'm not gonna.
yeah. um, yeah, it was cool being able to like search for him as like the witch target. I mean, sorry, the Adea target. Um, I sort of wish it did both if you had a witch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be that'd
Um,
be kind of like nice. Can you imagine just being like, kill your Corella, kill your last world Lamau?
yeah, yeah. The S is interesting. Like, it's comparable to the Irvine S.
Yeah.
The Irvine S is only 1 CP, but it's limited to 5 or less, but it
Yeah,
also hits monsters.
yeah,
This is 2 more CP, but it's unconditional forward only break. Um, I I'm not really seeing his utility outside of that ETB from Adea,
yeah.
and then the S being only 4K hurts him a lot.
It does. Yeah,
He can't really attack into anything. He really needs like other like FF8 buff things, like the alone, um, or I guess anything else to sort of be relevant on the field. Otherwise, he's going to die to anything.
yeah. I think you're right. I think this would be, if I were to take like a really wild guess, it would be you run one copy of this and three of the other one, right? And then if you need it off of a day, you do it, you kill something, and if you draw the other cipher, you also have it turns into removal as well. And then you try to aggressively block with this guy or something, right? So
Yeah,
that's where I see it. I think it's, you know what, I'm kind of like agreeing with you. The only problem for me is I think it's like super duper niche because it again witch. So witches are a little bit in we need more witches. All right,
yeah.
you want to do the next one?
Oh, yes.
Yes, you do.
The next one is card name Thancred, 2 CP, category 14, job Gunbreaker. When Thancred enters the field, choose a forward opponent controls, deal it 4K. If you control Koana, deal it 7K instead. And then it has an activated ability for 0. Choose a Cat 14 forward you control and activate it. You can only use it once per turn, and he's a 5K.
Pretty good.
Um, yeah, so my thoughts are certainly not as good as the other intended target for Koana. But similar to these Cypher we just saw, he's good in a pinch. He's literally the Cypher,
Yeah.
like, but for Koana instead of for Adea,
Yeah.
right? You search him out if you need to snipe something for 7K. The 0 is relevant for
Koana.
like Ishtola, like the Ishtola Scion that
Yeah.
you can tell forward to give something haste. You can
Yep.
give 2 things haste now, or even untapper for the S, right? It's also not limited to just your turn, so you can like raise up someone to block for something.
Yep.
Um, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think similar to the Cipher earlier, I think it's like a one of you pull him out when you need it. Otherwise, the other Thancred that like revives something when he dies is like the main one.
Yeah. It's also that one's a Scion as well. The fact that this one's a Gunsbreaker kind of screws you over. But yeah, there's some stuff that you can do. Enough stuff that you could do, especially if you run Koana already, that this might be justified. Again, pretty narrow because I think this one, unlike the Orienjer, which we'll talk about later, which you will run in water decks even if you don't get the draw. This one you kind of like don't don't run it without Koana, right? Because it's 4,000, like that doesn't kill anything.
Yep, I am gonna put him a little higher than a Cipher just because his activated ability is better.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
But we'll see.
but I think similar in nicheness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, the next one is Zoral Ja. All these Jaws. Jaw Prince, category 14, 3 costs. If you control 4 or more category 14 characters, this card gains 2,000 power and haste. When he attacks, choose one forward opponent controls. Just break it, because sure. Uh, and in damage 5, when he attacks, you choose another forward and break it. Opponent controls, right? So you're not forced to do it to your own 7,000 power. This card's great. The fact that it's 14 characters, so count himself, so you only need 14 characters, and as we discussed, there are so many backups that are naturally category 14. And this guy just comes in, and it's kind of like the Cypher, but the Cypher needs like Raijin to give him haste. This guy just gets it for having any 3 category 14 characters. I think this card's very good. I think for the 12 specifically, if you're building that deck, I think this is one of the reasons to go into lightning more heavy for that deck, because the other 2 lightning cards for the 12 are already pretty good. And this one just like gives you the additional CP for lightning and gives you additional reasons to be in a category 14 deck.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I really like him for. Well, I'm trying him right now in my deck. along with the Koana and the Ryanje. And yeah, as you said, there's so many good random good backups in Water Lightning that
Yeah,
are just 14 already. You got Merlib. You have both Merlibs.
both more whoops. Yeah,
You got Loperit, Astrologian, Alize backup. The
yeah,
lightning one, it searches something that's in your graveyard already.
yeah.
Thornton.
Thornton.
Thornton is
Thornton's important.
category
Yeah, yeah. I know.
14.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like, you don't even have to
yeah,
work for it. It's like it just
yeah.
happens.
You so like I adjusted my backup line to be like a little more 14 focused,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very easy to get him online by the time you're at damage 5.
Yeah,
Um, and you only need the 3 backups up, and then he counts himself as a
that's what I'm
fourth.
saying.
So
Yeah, he
yeah,
just exists, and you have to respect this card if you know your opponent has
mhm,
it. You can't if you're at
exactly.
damage 5, killing 2 things is huge for 3
Mhm,
CP, and then going in for a damage now. I think this
yeah,
card's sleeper really
yeah.
good. So
He's a really good finisher in the deck. I actually took out one of my Irvines to fit him.
ooh,
He fits in a similar slot to
I
the
gotcha.
Irvine.
Yeah, I can see it.
Um, yeah, Irvine is more Graveyard Hate, of course, and his
Yeah,
Zoraal controls the board more, but similar like threat out of nowhere. He also doesn't die to Ama, and then at damage 5, one of them will still get through,
yeah,
um, which is great.
yeah. Very powerful. I think.
So also is a prince,
Also Prince.
so you
Yeah,
can set him
where
up.
that
Yeah,
matters. Yeah,
yeah. So I am gonna. He is a little niche because of the 14 requirement,
yeah,
but
but
again, in whatever colors you're in, you can probably figure out a way
really
to
easily.
get him online without being that otherwise heavily invested into
I
14.
agree. I agree.
Like in my deck, literally just the backups are 14 and then Zeralja, you know.
But that's it. Who cares?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. But really, also at this point, it's like we're sort of running out of slots in the deck. It's hard to really discern when you should just like when I should just play a 14
Suffer.
deck versus like water lending good
So
stuff.
suffering from
And
success at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. Well, I wish, but deck doesn't win.
No, it does. It
But
does. Shut up.
I'm gonna put it a little higher.
All
I
right.
like it a lot.
How about 9? What do you think about that card?
All right, 9 is a 5 CP forward. Job class 0 cadet, and so category is type 0. When 9 enters the field, choose a forward. If you control a fire character, deal it 9k damage. And when 9 enters the field, if you control a wind character, activate all the backups you control.
Eh.
Yeah. It's cool to see cadet support like this, going for like the tricolor cadets that 9 has historically had, right? Like there's that Legend 9.
Yeah.
Was that 9? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The fire lightning one that cared about fire and lightning. Um, it's just that the rest of the deck isn't there yet,
No.
I
Yeah.
guess, to support this 3-color. And you certainly don't want to just get one of these effects, right?
No,
You definitely need
absolutely.
both. So I'm gonna put him as pretty niche. But in that deck, it's good if we can figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's no great backup line for it yet to support the 3 colors.
I agree.
I think the Type 0 backup line is like Fire, Lightning, Ice, right? The one that gets Agitos.
Oh, the Agitos, yeah, but I think the
Yeah,
cadets are trying. Yeah, I think if we get the backup line, it kind of works because it's the good thing is he only requires one character, right? Like there's no, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't even have to be type 0, which is cool, right? Like that I don't know if there's a world. You know, the funny thing, aren't these the colors for Terra as well?
yeah,
So
the same colors.
coincidentally, don't we like if there's a Terra deck that's 3 color, then we can just run this as well? Maybe. Ooh, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. I have to think on this card. I'm just every time I see Class 0 Cadet, I'm sorry for the Class 0 fans. I just go like, ugh. I don't care. But I know there's like huge fans out there, so I gotta respect them. All right.
yeah.
Moving on to, well, I actually really like this. It's a 2-drop Fujin. Disciplinary committee member, Pectologic and 8, and it just says the card name Cipher Forward and card name Raijin Forward you control gain 1,000 power. I love this card because it is a Fujin in Lightning. The other Fujin backup that we had was a Wind one. And there is an old Cipher. If I. Let me see. Am I thinking of the same thing? No, actually, you know what? I was confusing it with an old Rufus. Never mind. That searches like the backups. But either way, this is searchable off of Adia, right? That we talked about. And um, the fact that you could, for like ciphers that care about Raijin and Fujin, you can have them both in the back row. There's an old backup Raijin that gives cipher haste, and this giving it 1,000 power means that every cipher that you play, if you have both, it's like a hasty higher power guy, right? Um,
Mhm.
I just like it. It's a lightning Fujin. Like we were kind of missing this card.
Yeah, I'm a little indifferent to it actually. I'm not sure how much the 1K power will be relevant
Mm-hmm.
over like the haste of from the Raijin
Absolutely.
one. Um, but it was relevant in pre-release, so I'll give it that.
Yeah. So get him from 4K to still dies to Brynhilder.
Yeah, but no, it was more relevant for the Raijin that we're going to talk about right after this.
Yep, and that's for you.
Um,
That's a U card, sir.
yeah, so I guess we'll move on right to that one. We have a 3 CP Raijin forward, category Pictologica and 8, job disciplinary committee member. When Raijin enters the field or attacks, choose a forward opponent controls, deal it 3K, and then it has an activated ability where you can dull one active card named Fujin to choose a forward, deal it 5K.
Yep.
And he himself is at 8K. So a lot of synergies here during pre-release where you can just ping stuff for 8K easily by playing the Raijin and then dulling the Fujin right after for the 5K. If you had a way to give it haste, then you can even increase that, to 11K damage, which is relevant. But otherwise, I'm not sure that this is that great unless you really need that Fujin on the field for this to be impactful.
Yeah, I think, and also we have a broken Raijin in the 2-drop as well, right? Like, there's no reason to run any other Raijins. However, I will say that even outside of limit, like it's a common, so I'm gonna be a little more lenient to it. But the fact that Fujin also makes it a 9K, so you're playing like a 3 CP 9K, or that can be kind of like a pseudo 4 CP 9K kill and like deal 8K to something, is like not the end of the world if you're on like a category 8 deck. But again, there's so many better Raijins. I think in limited, like you said, in limited, this card, it's like really insane, especially because I think the Fujin's also a common, so you will see this combo often.
Yeah.
And so in your pre-release, if you open both of these, you like slam them into your deck, I think.
Yep.
All right, I get the pleasure of talking about Ramu. The 2 CP EX burst summon, amazing, fantastic art. Choose one forward, deal 6,000 damage. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add one card named Ramu among them to your hand, and the others to the bottom of your deck in any order. I know, again, this is the set that's revealed top 3. I don't know why it's 3 and 7. They got like super scared of 5. But top 3, you know how much you have to run to hit something in top 3? It's over 30 cards to hit it more than 90% of the time. If you're running 30 Ramus, then they're not like straight up winning you the game. I don't know what they were thinking. This should have revealed top 7, and I would still not play it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, even as a Odin, if it was card name Odin, I wouldn't play it.
I don't think you play it.
Yeah, but as you said, reveal top 3. It requires so much of your deck to make it relevant, and 6K isn't really killing anything outside of like a Leo.
Yeah.
Um,
Laswell buffed by
Laswell.
Ovelia. Yeah, no, I think this card is so bad.
Yeah, like Brynhilder is better, right? Because Brynhilder guarantees you the drawback
if you kill it. Yeah.
If you kill it, which you would if you're playing it.
Yeah.
So this would be cool if they did it something like the Bahamut, where there was a Bahamut forward.
Yeah.
If in the future there's like a Ramu forward,
yeah, and
that would be cool.
And but they're like Ramu 14 and Ramu 16. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, so I can't grab any of those, and then I have to run 35 summons in my deck to do what?
Yeah.
I don't, dude. It makes me so angry that it's revealed 3 that I'm putting it with Kaya's. Like, no, it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. Is this the biggest difference between how hard the art goes versus how bad the card is?
Dude, that needs to be like a completely separate video, but it's kind of it's there. It's definitely competing.
Yeah, top 5.
Top 3. Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it is the top 3 literally. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
god, it just irks me so much. All right, go ahead. Go to that.
All right, we got a 2 CP Dragoon backup, category 14, standard unit, and it has a tap sack ability to reveal the top 2 of your deck, and you get a Dragoon or card named Dragoon into your hands, and the rest on the bottom. This is cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a fine backup for the Dragoon deck. Helps you dig in deeper for like the final strike if you need it, or maybe an extra Freya that you
Yep.
need. But I know there's other backups that just like pull them from the graveyard also.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's the problem. That's literally
yeah,
the only problem. It's that it can't compete with the other ones. But funny that we're saying, right? We just came from a card and we said that reveal 3 is so cursed. But in this, it's like reveal 2. Heck yeah, it's gonna hit 100% of the time because in that deck you're running 47 dragoons and
yeah,
and 3 Alices, so you're never whiffing this.
yeah.
But like you said, like it's like the other 2 CP dragoons are so good, like the backups, that I think this one is, it reads very well. It's like niche and strong, but the other ones are just stronger. So that's the
Mhm.
only reason it won't see play. Um, but as far as like the text, it reads okay. I'm not super uh sad to see this as an option if something happens. It's also category 14 for whatever reason, like we kept talking about.
Mhm.
All right, and that's it for Lightning. What do you think? Like, did Lightning get anything? Well, it did get a couple things actually. How are you feeling about Lightning specifically this set?
Yeah, I think similar to the other colors, it's a lot of like cool cards that help existing decks,
Yep.
and not so many build arounds
Yep.
outside of like Gilgamesh is maybe the most build around card.
Yeah, I agree.
But even he, is slottable into like a bunch of different decks.
Yeah.
A lot of cool options with like Koana and Adea just supporting their existing decks and maybe creating new archetypes. Um, and then Zeralja, my boy.
No, well, yeah.
Um, so I big fan of the lightning cards this set. I think last set the best lightning card was the Aphmau.
Yeah. That's your.
Oh, and
That's
the Gav
and
and
the Gav,
Gav.
Gav, Gav.
Yeah. This set there's a couple more good lightning cards, so I'm excited.
I agree. I agree. All right.
Yeah.
I'll start us off with water. Moving to the first one at Adelheid. Screenshot. Oh, immediately good. Category 11, backup scholar. Cost 3 for water. And putting them into the break zone, you choose 2 forwards in your break zone and add them to your hand. So this in a vacuum reads very well, right? But the problem that I have is at this point in the game, like taking a turn off to play a 3 CP backup that doesn't generate value immediately, it's very difficult. And we already had like a similar. I know it's not the same as 2 forwards. 2 forwards, it's a lot easier, but there was a card that I think it was like an ice card, like an ice backup for 3 that returned 2 summons from your break zone. If I'm remembering correctly. And people were very excited about that way back in the day, and they ended up seeing no play. Granted, again, forwards is a lot easier. Yeah, so, summoner. Put summoner into breaks and choose up to 2 ice summons in your break zone out into your hand. I don't know. I just think this is a little too slow, even though it reads very well. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It is definitely slow, and in a deck like in the mono water deck where you definitely want to get your card advantage off of your backups like almost immediately. Um, is Yeah, just not sure where it fits. The effect is definitely really cool. There isn't much in water yet that recurs cards straight to your hand, right?
Yeah, from the break zone, I think it's only Leviathan that we kind of use, so maybe that's like a use case for it.
hmm Yeah, but then even then, like if you put this in mono water, you already have like cards. You have the Lena Leviathan combo that will just bring them straight to the field.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so it's hard to see like where this fits. So I think I sort of agree with you. I'm gonna put it a little more niche. Um, just like for like environment
Oh
wise, like you wouldn't just put this in any.
no, actually, you know why I'm
What?
gonna put? You know, you're right, and I'm gonna do the same. But you know why? Because I just noticed it's not like a standard unit that you can literally just run it wherever. It's like a named character, so you can't even like one-off search it and yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
you can
and yeah, nothing
do
searches for this either.
our beautiful witch.
All right. We have a 4 CP Ultimisia forward, category 8 Job Witch. When Ultimisia enters the field, you can remove 3 category 8 cards from your break zone from the game. When you do so, choose a forward, you gain control of it. Then, if you don't pay 1 CP for each, however much that forward cost, put it into the break zone. So definitely a cool removal option for the FF8 deck. What's weird is that like FF8 isn't typically in this color.
No,
Um, so it's hard to really like I guess like what does the deck look like, right? Like you
right?
have like a bunch of FFA characters in like ice and lightning, and then you have
Yeah,
this one blue card. I guess you're casting off Sid Kramer, but it basically kills anything unconditionally. All you need is the 3 FF8 cards in your break zone. So that's cool for 4 mana, and then if you want, you could even buy back that creature, right?
yep.
Um, sorry, that forward. And what's also important to note is that any death triggers from the forward going to the break zone will be controlled by you.
Exactly.
So so that might be a relevant play at some point.
Yeah, I think this is if again is a category 8 character outside of title, this would or category 8 deck. This is like a one-off that you can search or grab and then play it off of, like you said, Sick Kramer, or the new or the either Squall, right? Like both Ice Squalls play this card. So I think while all the water cards of 8 are bad, this one being a witch, which makes it good for Cypher and Adele, and then also a 4-drop that can be played by either Squall. I think you don't focus on the water, you just have a couple of cards that are off element and just cheat them in
Mhm.
with Squall. I think that's the point of the, or that's what they're going for, right? Um, I love the effect, I really, really do, but like you said, it's so hard to see where this is gonna happen, or where you're gonna actually see this being played. I think if the deck exists, there might be a chance, just because of the witch portion of it. But there's also the other, like the 5-drop to consider. There's other things. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know where to put her, to be honest. I think she's like super niche, and the effect is good, but I don't know how often it will go off. So we'll see.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, I get to talk about a good card. All right. 2-drop Urianger. Uh, category 14, Astrologer. I thought it was Astrologian. Maybe I'm wrong.
it
All right.
is. It's weird that they yeah.
All right. Yeah. So backup non-Scion. That's all that matters. If Urianger is on the field, Urianger can produce Lightning CP. Just because of that, you could stop right there. I'm playing this card, right? When
Mhm.
Urianger enters the field, if you control a card named Koana 4, draw 1 card. This is like such an incredible card to search off of Koana, a backup that a 2 CP backup that draws you a card. It's so good, and it color fixes you like we like it in a combination of color fixing that we don't have, right? Because there's a lightning Moogle that adds water, but there's no
Mhm.
water that adds lightning. So
Mhm.
this opens up so much. Like I don't know if like there's a world where we run like a mono water deck and then run like a Thancred in it to like revive something, the like the dual color Thancred. Um, I don't know. I really like this card. I think it's a home run. I want more backups that produce dual CP.
Yeah, I agree. It also gives Mono Water cloud access.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's
um,
sick.
yeah, which is cool on a 2 CP backup. So
Yeah,
like it's already base rate, and then it draws you a card when you play it off Koana, which
yeah,
is amazing.
yeah,
So that is yeah, because you're paying 7 for Koana, 5 plus 2. then you're drawing the Urianger, playing it, and then drawing the card. So it's 6 back. So you're playing Koana is essentially 7 mana, getting 6 back.
Yeah.
Um, which is already so great. And he produces lightning, so he automatically color fixes.
Yep.
It just makes Koana such a great like turn 2 play
Yeah.
off
It
of like the
curves so
turn 1.
well, right?
And yeah,
Yeah.
it it's I really 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 like this card. Um, and I think basically him along with Zeralja made it worth adjusting the entire backup line of my existing like water lightning deck
Right.
to fit them in. Um, I guess the one thing like focusing more on a 14 backup line, you sort of lose out on like the utility backups like Kuja and Emperor Gestal,
All right.
etc. But I think the consistency and the power of these make it worth it.
I agree, especially
Um,
when you're looking at, for example, if you're in your deck specifically, where you have stuff like Irvine that kind of needs like one lightning pip to do the special, and
mhm.
sometimes that kind of gets awkward with the backups. This one's like, no, I can be that lightning backup that you need, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And plus, it's important in my build specifically because my build is majority lightning and less water.
yeah,
So it's helpful to have a water card be the one that produces
yeah.
lightning.
I
Um,
really, I'm super high on this card, but so to be, I'm putting it like an individual. I think if you pair this is a really weird card to evaluate. Like where I put it, it's like Urianger by himself because it's like it's a water backup. It produces lightning. I think that there's some use to that. But like off of Koana, it's like right here, right? It's
yeah,
like super high.
yeah,
So I'm just gonna evaluate him by himself. Uh, but with
yeah.
the
That's
caveat
fair.
that Koana makes this card like the best backup ever, right?
Yep, I'm gonna put him here, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. There you go. Fence sitting. All right. Next one. You want to do our girl?
Yeah. So we got a 2 CP Garnet, forward job summoner, category DFF and 9. And she has an ETB with an EX burst. When Garnet enters the field, put the top 3 cards of your deck into the break zone. And then she has activated ability for 1 water, tap and remove a summon in your break zone from the game. Your opponent selects a forward they control, put it into the break zone. Um, this is cool. Mill 3 off of an EX, and then having that sort of be the fuel for her activated ability. It's just like an all-in-one sort of card, similar to Mashiri, right?
Yeah.
When we when we were Mashiri gaming,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that she sort of fueled her own abilities with her own ability, and then she used like summons in a break zone as a resource for other stuff. This is definitely a much more fair version of
Oh,
Mashiri,
absolutely.
but it's really powerful being able to just essentially once a turn being able to make your opponent sacrifice a forward. Um, really really strong, especially in like the Chark decks. Unfortunately, the Chark decks are running the other Garnet.
Yeah.
That is probably better. But this is just like I really like this design space. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
No, I fully agree. I actually think it's like really strong for a common because like you're saying like the putting cards in the break zone might as well draw them in a lot of these decks, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then in a let's say like a Lena Levy deck, like she fuels your break. She puts 3 cards in the break zone for Lena Levy, and then it serves as removal. It's also like a summoner for when that matters. It's EX burst. Like I was like surprised this was a common. I think there's no. I don't know if there's a deck for her now, but everything about this card reads very well. I don't know. They kind of like to me in this set they kind of like threw away the legend rare heroics and they just put some text on these commons that I'm like this could have been a rare. This would have been a heroic 10 sets ago. Like
Yeah,
this card, it's awesome. Um, I think she's decently broad because really you need water and summons and water. If you're on water, you're probably on summons. If you're very very likely, but I don't know if which deck wants that effect. I want to put her like right here. Like it's not like super duper niche, but leaning towards.
I'm gonna put her here.
You know what? I'm hoping that you're correct because I think this card is like underrated.
I think when you were talking about like the Lena Levy, I was like, man, I didn't even think about like how just the mill 3 is relevant in so many
Yeah,
decks. Like even
yeah,
for like the water lightning, right?
yeah.
Fueling
Oh,
Odins and stuff
stop,
into your
stop!
break zone, and
You're
then
not putting that in your.
being
Oh,
able
come on.
and she's a EX. Let's go.
Yeah, no, and
Um,
she doesn't say a water summon.
right. It could be any summon. So exile extra Odins.
Yeah,
um,
Ixions or whatever.
similar
Yeah,
to yeah, and similar to like some of the other cards we saw, like almost every word on this card is relevant, right? Like
it's
the
really good.
summoner,
Hmm.
summoner is relevant in a lot of decks. I guess Cat 9 is like the the weakest part
The
of
weakest
this.
part,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, every other word is relevant, so it's cool.
I love it. All right.
I just love this design space. They're crushing it.
Same. I do. I as well. It's like it feels so balanced. So right there, right?
Mhm.
Next is Gao. I actually opened this in the pre-release. I put it in my deck and didn't play him once. I just didn't see a chance to play him. But category 6, 5 costs, 5,000 power. Wild Child. When he enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 2 characters will cost 2 or less among them to your hand. The others to the bottom of your deck in any order. Dull 2 active characters of cost 2 or less. Until the end of turn, he gains 5,000 power and brave. I think in limited, this is great. Like this guy just like annoying as heck. But I don't see where else I would play this. You do like having a high density of 2 drops is not that big of a cost. It's not like exactly 2 drops. You have backups and a lot of things, but top 5 for 2. What is the math on that? It's like the Gorilla math, right? It's 30, 32 or something like that. It's still a lot that you need to run, and the payoff is like a 10k brave that it costs you 2 a turn to do 10k brave. I'm not sure if this dude has a home, to be honest. I'm
You
not
could be
excited.
15k and double brave.
Oh yeah, yeah, double brave. Yeah,
but
I like that.
um but yeah, like not really sure where he fits. In limited he was good because like all the backups in limited were like 2 mana or 1 mana, right?
Yeah,
Um but your backups usually in standard are going to be like at least 3 if they're
yeah,
going to be like searching backups and stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and then your impactful forwards aren't going to be 2 mana either. I guess where this might fit is like with monsters, a lot of 2 CP monsters that are good,
Dude,
but in
absolutely
monsters
not.
you're playing the other Gao.
Dude, in monsters, I'd
um,
play the Opus 4 Gao over this, like
yeah,
the one that
the other
revives
Gao,
a monster. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no.
right? But I was just thinking of like decks that have a lot of 2 drops, and it's usually
Yeah, yeah. No,
monster decks.
there's
Um,
literally like 5 Gaos I'd play before.
yeah, I agree. The art's cool though.
The art is
The
cool.
Amon art.
It's a mono art. I'm
Um,
sorry, Amano.
yeah, I'm gonna make this even more niche,
Even more niche. All right.
just because like, what deck's gonna have 32 2 drops?
Good point. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, you can do the next one.
All right, we have the water version of the cycle, the 1 CP backup
Mm-hmm.
cycle. Chemist, center unit, category 5. If you cast Chemist, you may pay ice and 2 generic as an extra cost. When Chemist enters the field, choose up to 2 forwards. If you paid the extra cost, dull them and freeze them. Um, I think this is a good one.
Yeah.
This is very good in in pre-release, um, and in in constructed, and I guess in any ice water deck, it it does only hit forwards, but it's just good, and the cost is fair. Um,
Yeah.
I think it's a solid backup, not great, not terrible, just like sort of right in the middle.
Yeah. I think it's one of those that if this was just a 4 drop backup that Dull freezes 2 forward, it's like so bad. But the fact that it's a 1 drop backup when you need it in water, which is an element that does care about putting backups. The only thing is like water ice doesn't really exist right now, so
Yeah,
it just doesn't have a home. But if it did, that's okay. I like that. I like it. I think I'm like with you here. I'm like I'm gonna put it a little more niche because it's like water ice doesn't. It's like you have. It's good in water ice, right? It's like that's not a thing, but yeah, perfectly acceptable.
yeah.
All right. Next one is Black Mage. Ooh. This is the standard unit cycle for water, or the 3CP cycle card for water. So we have the 3CP standard unit category 14. When Black Mage enters the field, your opponent selects one forward or cost 2 or less they control, put it into the break zone. If you control a multi-element forward, your opponent selects one forward or cost 4 or less they control instead, put it into the break zone. Now, I want to say something that is, I almost think in a lot of cases, you don't want the multi-element forward. Because it's like if you're targeting a really annoying 2-drop to kill and they have like a 2-drop and a bunch of 4-drops, like they're forced to pick the 2-drop if you play him
Mhm.
for the without the multi-element. Um, but as far as like these go, this has is it the most decent of the techs? I think this competes as like the best one with the ice one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the ice one is still better. Like what you said is a very relevant point in that the multi-element like proc on this makes the card worse. It gives your opponent more
More
choices.
choices, right?
Unless they only have like the one forward on the
Yeah,
field, right? And you never want to give your opponent more choices.
yeah.
Um, so it's just sort of like self like
Sabotaging.
like yeah, self sabotage. Yeah, it's a little weird. Um, but I think it's fine. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think I agree with you there. Like you,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'm just gonna put this here
It,
with you.
it kind of feels like that card.
I'll, I'll be to the left of you
There you go. Okay,
and down.
a little. All right, how about the next one? You can read. Oh, I don't like the art on
Uh,
this. Go ahead.
should I cue the copy pasta?
This.
We have a 2CP the Emperor, category Mobius, and 2 Job Emperor forward. When the Emperor is put from the field into the break zone, draw a card. Then you can play one card named the Emperor of cost 5 or less from your hands onto the field. And it has an activate ability of tap sack, choose a forward opponent controls. Until end of turn, it loses all of its abilities and AK power. And he himself is a 4K.
Yeah.
Um, I remember when this was revealed as the card of the week.
Yeah.
We were all really excited. We thought it was really cool. Although like the more I read it, it's like it's so slow. Um,
Yeah.
like what do you? I mean, like, and we always meme about Emperor decks, just playing more Emperors and whatever. I'm 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 struggling to see like what the play intended play pattern is here. Um, I mean, he's good even without like the Emperor
Yeah. I think we're getting
like
baited
trinket
by
text,
that. By that.
right?
Yeah.
He's pretty good in that like he replaces himself and then he kills something. But it just sucks that he has to like wait a turn.
Yeah. It's like a super slow sorcery speed removal that draws you a card. Um, not is that what we want to be doing? I mean, I guess the only good thing about this is like he looks like he's mogging you, like the meme where he just like shows like he goes like this and points at the chin like this. They're doing
Mhm.
what was that called? Oh my god, mewing. He looks like he's mewing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the only cool thing. We know that I think Kageyama has said that his favorite character is the Emperor, right?
yeah, yeah,
Doesn't that's not shown in the cards for some reason. Every card is like, ugh. It's okay. I think it's okay, but like you're saying, it's like where does it go? It's so slow. Okay.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
it goes in the Emperor meme deck, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. I'll
um,
pay you today for a hamburger tomorrow, right? It's like why do I have to wait a turn to kill your stuff now?
yeah.
Yeah. I think
I'm gonna
it's
put it.
I think it's I think it's like the Emperor is a meme. Like it's very generic. I think you can run this in anything. But as far as I kind of agree with you. I think it's a.
I'm going lower.
I'm going here. All right. You're like every time I read it, every time I see him, just with his finger in the thing, it's like he
Mhm.
goes down. Also, I don't like this art. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what? I guess while we're here, what the tap sack ability that makes a forward lose abilities? Like what abilities are relevant to lose?
Anything that has an on death
Like a
trigger,
death trigger? Yeah.
anything that buffs itself, right? So he will kill. Actually, that's the text. The line of text that the reason I put him that high is that line of text that loses aura
Yeah,
abilities.
but because I feel like usually the cards with abilities that are annoying are like you can't target it with abilities, right?
True, 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 true.
And then like that doesn't get around this. And then like anything else with abilities that are annoying, they can probably do and activate it at instant speed when you target it with the Emperor. So
That's
it's like
fair.
what really is he stopping? Um
So he, because you can do it on your opponent's turn, I guess that kind of opens up a little more. But you might be right. I don't know. I might be overvaluing that. Not like Porum where you can like react to it. Like this guy just goes. I don't know. He takes the Wendigo from the set and just like nukes it from existence. Right? It's like
yeah.
kill all three.
No, but
Yeah.
the other ones still have that text. So I think removing one doesn't actually I don't know.
I think it does. I think you killed. They all die. I think. Dang it! Now I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I need to.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
rules Twitter. All right. This is the full art that I opened, so we'll. Funny that it's my card. 4-drop Go Go. Category 6 Mime Back Attack. 5,000 power. You can only cast them during your opponent's turn. When Go Go enters the field due to your cast, man, they're putting that in every card. Choose one auto ability triggered from your opponent's forward of cost 4 or less. Go-Go triggers the same auto ability. If that was 5, this card would be so stupid. If it was 5
Mhm.
or less, you just have a deck and just put like
Yeah.
one warrior in case it's Tyvus, you put a couple monsters in case it's Realm, right? And then,
Yeah.
but 4 or less, what are we copying that's relevant? Like Cloud would be my, like Cloud
Cloud is probably the
LB.
most relevant. Warrior Light untapping your backups for some reason.
And drawing. Oh, actually, that's sick. Yeah.
And drawing, yeah. Um, I guess that's it. Yeah, four is really um like the threshold, right? Like five, like if it was five, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
If this was a
four
6K,
is just
I think would be great. Because the problem is, like you mentioned, Wall. I would love to
yeah,
copy Wall if Wall himself didn't just go like, "All right, I'm gonna shoot you in the face for doing that."
right,
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
And even any like impactful LBs are have the +2 surcharge, and then that just makes them right out of the range of go except the cloud.
the
Uh,
Cloud or like the Leo, like is a back attack draw a card good enough? Maybe. I think just back attack. I love back attack because it messes with math. So just that puts it a little higher for me, but I don't know. Like so much has to go right for him to be really good. So we'll see.
yeah. What were the other there were like two ice cards that interacted with abilities on the stack. It was like Wicked Mask
Wicked Mask is one.
and there's another one. I think it was in the same set. Uh
Oh, it was it.
but
Yeah,
it it did something similar in that like you had to play to the stack on your opponent's turn.
yeah. Wicked
But Wicked
Mask is
Mask,
the
I
one
think
that
it changed the target.
Yeah, yeah, which is
And
completely
this one,
different.
it's a copy. Yeah, it's completely different. Similar in that like you can still target your opponent's stuff with their own ability, but
Actually,
yours still gets hit
actually,
also.
Wicked Mask only
Uh,
targets summons, so that's why it's very
oh,
narrow.
never mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Never
This
mind.
this is this has at least more targets, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I guess, like I said, like if you have nothing else to do, if your opponent plays like a Leo, like you go in like, well, give me that draw as well, and here's a 5K. It's not the worst thing, but is that what you want to be doing with your 50 card deck? I don't know. Oh, that then you got a card that you like.
Um. Wait. Oh yeah, Schultz. All right. We have a 4 CP backup Schultz that has an EX, category 11, job military advisor. When Schultz enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Return these to the top and or bottom of your deck in any order, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a water card, add it to your hand. Um, this is great. This is awesome. I think this is like it's basically a water reeve.
Yeah.
Um, except you can stack an EX on top and also I guess you reveal the card, but
You
I
stack
feel
it
like
like
that's not a
second from the
huge deal.
top, right? Like,
Exactly. Yeah. It's also really good against hiding cards against what's his face, Sid Waff. Like
oh,
you can take this EX off of Sid Waff because the card you actually want you can put on the bottom of the stack
oh,
and you
that's
can draw it
cool.
next turn.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, After you stack an EX on top, right? Or your Leviathan or
yeah, yeah.
Remora or whatever. Um, I think it's really cool. Uh, I like it, except that it's a screenshot.
What do you mean? That's the best part. Look, dude, he's like
No,
serving you papers. Like this dude is
yeah,
like coming
no,
to tell you that your ex-wife is filing for divorce. Like your wife is filing for divorce, and here's the papers, bro.
yeah. I know
But
people have strong opinions about the 11 screenshots, but I don't have the nostalgia for it. I just feel like I just I don't like
I
them.
don't have it either. I used to hate it. I just like grew fond of it because we used to like other card games used to make fun of us for this, and then Magic came with the Final Fantasy set, and they also had like screenshots, and then it's like, oh, okay, so I guess we're all doing it, but we were doing it first, so shut up. No, I think it's really strong. I think in a mono water deck, I why wouldn't I run at least one of these? Right, like it's at least one because it's a named backup, right? Like you don't want to like also flip. It's a very strong effect. Uh, in a deck that's mostly water. I think most water based decks will run at least one of this, and it's a very strong EX. So I'd put it like up here.
Yeah, I would put it a little higher even.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. It might be that I'm gonna get cooked by this card a bunch of times.
Yeah, and I feel like it fits in any water deck that's like at least 45% water.
True, big true.
um, yeah, so it's like I feel like it just it's a easy one of in like any water deck.
True.
Um,
True.
EX is super relevant.
Yeah.
I love it. It's good.
All right. Moving on to Sin, the next legend for water. Category Mobius, and 10, the final Aeon. When Sin enters the field due to your cast, again, they hate us. You may remove 15 cards in your break zone from the game. If you do so, your opponent selects up to 2 forwards they control and up to 1 backup they control. Select as many as possible and put them into the break zone. Um, because this is not Lenable, I don't know if I'm paying 8 for this. Like at one point in the game, I might pay 8 for this, and taking away enough that Leviathan wouldn't have taken away anyway, right?
Yeah, Leviathan is just better. You're never even without the due to your cast, you would still play Leviathan over this.
Absolutely, I think so too.
Um, so I think it's just not like it's just a cool card, and it's a blue Sin, which is relevant for my Sin Ilnarsh Black Mage White Mage
There
combo
we go.
deck.
Yeah, that's the
But
only thing we can do about it.
so I'm putting it in broad because it fits in that. But
No.
it's just not good. Like what are you ever doing? It also like you get Mist Dragons in response.
Yeah.
Okay, you paid 8
I
for a 10k.
yeah, I'm gonna put it a little higher. Just there's one reason because it doesn't have to be water cards. It can be any color. So that's the only thing it has over
Oh yeah,
Leviathan.
I guess that makes it less niche, but I think it's still bad.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. That's what I'm saying. It sucks because yeah, I like Sin. It's a cool concept. They just need to make like a Sin that I want to play. I don't know, just cool. Oh,
Yeah.
I got jump scared by the next one. Sorry, it's just the background
Oh
on
yeah.
these is weird.
Yeah, I think they did because it's like designed by Square Enix Image Studio. I think they took like models and it just put like a
Yeah,
background
this
to
is
it.
like Final Fantasy NT or something like that. I think it's like
Yeah.
yeah, Dissidia NT or something. Yeah, go ahead.
So we have a 4 CP Titus forward, category 10, Job Guardian. Each forward you control with a Guardian counter on it gains, if this forward is dealt damage by abilities, reduce it by 5k instead. When Titus enters the field, choose a forward, place 1 Guardian counter on that forward and Titus. And it has an activated ability for water and 1 generic. All the forwards you control gain plus 1k until end of the turn. Um,
What do you think?
I think it's I think it's mid. It doesn't really do much.
Guardian is
um,
the counter that Kimari. No, Kimari gives you a Ronso counter, right?
yeah.
Oh, that's so cringe.
Let's see if
Okay.
there's anything else with Guardian.
No, I looked it up. That's what I was doing. I was like, all right, is there
Oh
anything
yeah.
else? Anything?
So yeah, no random synergies with anything else. Like, and it only reduces by abilities too, right? So it doesn't
Yeah,
even say from like Brunhilders or anything, or like Bahamut's.
yeah. I think it is
Uh,
cool that he puts it's two counters, himself and another. I think that's really cool. But yeah, this is draft chat.
there's like infinitely other Tituses that you would rather
They
play.
definitely do love this card. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
put it. Yeah,
think it goes here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're in agreement. We're in agreement. All right.
Yeah.
Next. Oh god, these are all bad. All right. 3 CP Tonberry, the monster of the cycle. This is the cheapest one of the cycle. When Tonberry enters the field, choose one forward. It loses 2,000 power to the end of the turn. Water and Dull and Break It. Choose one forward of cost 8,000 power or less. Break it. If we compare it to the other monsters, this is okay. Like it's 4 CP to kill anything basically because he reduces it by 2,000 and then can kill the 8,000. But again, that's comparing it to the other monsters. In general, this is just a bad card.
Yeah, and you also need the you need it's 4 mana, but you need two of it as
That's
backups
back.
also.
Yeah, if you want to
Um,
be clean about it, yeah, you're right.
yeah, so it doesn't feel great, I guess, especially when like Kadav exists and Kadav does something similar
Yeah,
in that it forces a sacrifice essentially, but
yeah.
um
They had this as a 2 CP, and then Realm took over, and they're like, all right, abort, put one more. We're not
yeah,
banning
even
Realm.
just even in realm like Marlboro is better than
Yeah, I
this.
wouldn't play. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't play this. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's just I don't know what it's supposed to go in, but yeah.
nothing in nothing. Okay, you get a good card. You get a good card. Go ahead.
All right. Next one is a 2CP backup Ninja, Cat 14, job standard unit. When Ninja enters the field, choose a forward. It gains when this forward deals damage to your opponent. Draw a card until end of the turn. Um, it's cool. It's hard to time it, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it's good with Koana. You can tutor it out with Koana
Yep.
if you have like the Ranger out already. But like I feel like it's so situational and it only hits like that one forward for that one turn, unlike alone, which is like forever.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like you're holding this in your hand and then you're playing it, and then like your opponent sees that, oh, I should block this forward. Like it would have been a lot better if it was like maybe one more mana and had back attack.
Ooh,
Um,
that'd be cool.
but yeah, but like a telegraphed draw off of damage. I don't know. I don't see it.
I actually I'm a little higher on it because the way I see it is at its worst, it's a 2 CP backup standard unit, so it's like highly searchable off of like again we're talking about loose OLB. You mentioned Koana as well, which is relevant as well. At its worst, it's a 2 CP backup, which a lot of backups already are doing that, right? I mean, we are in a point in the game where our backups should be doing something, but at its best, it's a free backup, um, which is fantastic, right? It just draws you a card. It does require attacking and hitting, but I think there's enough, and we're not going to count like ninja. And ninjas is actually pretty good because it costs one. So it's like if you manage to like play the edge that reduces the ninjas by one, and then play this for one and hit with something like a Yuffie, like a hasty forward, then it's like CP positive almost, right?
Yeah.
Plus, it would give a a shuriken counter to edge. I think in ninjas this is like slam dunk, but even outside of ninjas, I'm actually not. I'm gonna put it right in the middle. I think it's okay, and it's very broad. I don't think there's many decks that can run it. I think.
Yeah.
Of course I get Mayakov, like because of course I do. So 2CP Mayakov, the worst possible name to have a dancer in.
Yeah.
Dancer category 11. amazing screenshot. Like they really worked for this one. Dull 2 active Job Dancer and or card name Dancer. Choose one forward. It loses 2,000 power till the end of turn. Dull 4 active Job Dancer or card name Dancers. Draw a card. You can only use this ability once per turn, and then he has the Haste Samba for S. Choose up to 3 Job Dancer and or card name Dancer. Activate them. If this was not Mayakov, I would be screaming of joy. That no, not even that being said, the whole point of the deck is that Mayakov protects your guys. I guess there is a world in which if you don't need the protection, this is better because it gives you like something to do other than Lilith stuff, right? Where it just either makes something lose 2,000 or draw a card. But 4 dancers is a bunch, and again, Mayakov is the best name. It's like Mayakov and Lilith are the best names in that. And every time they print one, you get like I'm very hesitant to play them unless it's like the Lilith that's literally EX search for one. That's the only reason I play that in conjunction with the other Lilith. I don't think this guy does enough for me to run both Mayakovs.
Yeah, largely agree. It's crazy. Like the S, it reads well, but it like compared to similar S's, not even S, like Balthier, the Sky Pirate Balthier, like that ability is so much better than this.
Yeah, just
S.
let me discard a dancer and do it, right? Like something like that.
Yeah. Just let it be any dancer, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna name it Mayakov.
Yeah, then I would consider it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There. Okay.
But I don't know why that Balthier is so pushed and this is so held back.
Because he's a screenshot.
But this is, yeah, it's basically as niche as it gets. Yes, I'm with you there.
Yeah. Bam. You need a bunch of dancers. 4 is a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead for the next one.
All right. We have a 1 CP Mog 6 category Pictologica and 6 Job Warrior and Moogle. When Mog 6 enters the field, you may remove 5 cards in your break zone from the game. When you do so, draw a card. I don't really know what to say about this. Like, you're not playing this over the other Mog 6 in the Warrior deck. I guess in some like water deck, like you can,
dude.
You can get mana back.
I know. I can tell you exactly. If this was any other name, this card would be absolutely insane. Like, a 1 CP draw, like straight up draw, in a warrior and whatever Moogles care. There's like a little synergy that they tried to do with like a guy that revives Moogles of cost 2 or less or something, right? You remember that? There's like a Moogle. Was it like 2 sets ago that he did like it's still skin 2 CP choose one Moogle of cost 2 or less in your break zone, play it onto the field. That's pretty, and those 2 active Moogles, so this is a pretty good one to play off of him. And it's a warrior. If it wasn't Mog 6, I'm gonna tell you this, in pre-release I was never unhappy to see this card. This is Leo, right? Isn't this Leo?
I did like him in pre-release. He's literally Leo stats, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you have Leo already.
Yeah, that's again.
It's not worth a card slot in your deck.
I think if it wasn't Mach 6, I would be so much higher on this card, and as like a one-off or something that you can search later and just draw. But the fact that it's Mog 6 makes it the good thing. It's not as niche. Like, you just remove any 5 cards, so it's pretty broad. You could technically run this in anything. I guess you can get it back with Puck, and that's cool. Like, have you seen the Puck, like the backup that revised the 1-drop?
Yeah.
Dude, if it was, I'm gonna put it like the effect. I think the effect is good. I'm gonna be like, it's held back by the name. If it wasn't held back by the name, I would put it like up here, maybe.
You can play it off Good King Moggle Mog.
Ooh. No, I genuinely think this is kind of like sleeper okay. Dude, I hope if it was something else, it'd be so good.
All right, I'll join you. You've convinced me.
I convinced you, and it's not gonna see play.
The Moogle part is a lot more relevant than the Warrior part.
Yeah, because it's Mach 6.
Yeah.
All right, I get to another jump scare here with the the background. EX Burst Yuna, 2 CP. When Yuna enters the field, category 10 job summoner. When she enters the field, choose a card named Titus in your break zone, add it to your hand, and she cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons. I actually think this card's like cool with like the light Titus because she like
Mhm.
gets him back and makes him cost 2 immediately. But there's so many amazing units that there's literally no reason to be playing this other than title. And even then, if she was like a Gullwing, I'd be a little more excited. But yeah, I don't see this anywhere.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't really have much more to say about this card.
Yeah,
It's just very, yeah,
it goes with Kaya's back there, and the artwork sucks. I'm sorry.
yeah.
And you get the last card of the set
Let's go. Well, last card
of the water. Yeah,
of
this
the
of this
water.
review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a 5 CP Leviathan Summon, Category 3. Choose a forward of cost 4 or less opponent controls. Return it to its owner's hand. Then you may play one forward of cost 3 or less from your hand onto the field. Dull. Um, it's comparable to another Leviathan,
Yep.
right? That did a similar thing. Except it cost, I think, wait, hold on,
That
let me
one
pull it
costs
up.
6. During your turn, it was reduced by 2. It
Mhm.
bottomed the forward, and then it lets you play a forward that costs 2 or less from your hand into the field.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's I guess directly comparable to that one. But that one wasn't even limited by the cost. That was any forward.
Yeah,
Um,
yep.
so for one more mana, you get rid of any forward
Yeah.
permanently,
And then play a
and
Furion.
then you play it. Yeah, then you play Furion or
Or
Zidane, like
Zidane, yeah.
that you would be playing anyway.
Yeah.
uh, so I feel like the difference between 5 mana and 6 mana isn't that much when you're doing that. I
No,
feel like. So I feel like the other one's just better.
I agree. It's like it's also like the other one with Yuna. It's like a 3-drop on your turn,
Mhm.
and 5 on your opponent's turn. This one's a 4. Oh wait, I think this card's cheeks. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like super broad. You can technically run it anywhere that you run water,
Mhm.
but it's so cheeks. I guess the
Yeah.
3-drop would it have been too much to let me play a character, or something cool like I could also choose up to one of my forwards and bounce it and then replay that same forward or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think this card's like so cheeks, and it's such a shame because the artwork is actually insane. I do love that he's like underwater. You can see the boat on the top. It's so
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for water. What did you think about water in general?
Um, I liked it. I think the best water card is the Schultz backup. Um, not I think not as many like immediately impactful cards. Oh, the
Urianger,
Urianger.
Urianger.
Forgot
It's
about that.
Urianger and Schultz. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like it and excited to see where people will take some of the more build around cards like the Garnet
Yeah.
or even that the backup that you can pay ice for.
Yeah. I think.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I agree with you. Those are the only 2 cards that I'm excited for, and they're pretty generic cards. Though to be fair, water is such a pushed element that it's okay that they take a set off to not give it anything because I think it's such an insane element that you have to be careful what you give it. But
Yeah.
that being said, Schultz is it's a great one. It's one of those that's like, yeah, it's just one card that you're gonna put, but it's like that one EX is gonna win you a game. You know
Mhm.
that I think just that card makes me excited for testing water just because of a really cool pseudo astrologian card.
Mhm.
And obviously Urianger, but Urianger it's like a whole different. It's a water card in name only, right? It does other things that we want to
Yeah.
be doing. But overall, yeah, I think water was one of the elements that gained the least, in my opinion. But I'm not too sad about that.
Yep.
All right. So that'll be it for today. We'll come back for the last video, which would be, like I said, light, dark, and multi-element, and the starter deck cards. Any last words you want to say before we end this one, Pat?
Nope. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for joining, and I hope that for future releases we'll have more homies, and we can all of us rate the cards, see how it goes. Thank you for joining me, man. I appreciate you. I'll see you around, and thank you everybody for watching. Have a good one.